Hey, this is Ektar on Ektar's Game Reviews. Today on Ektar's Game Reviews, we have our third installment and our penultimate installment, that is, of our Code Geass series of reviews. And what else to review on Ektar's Game Reviews but the DS game of Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Over here is the box of the DS game. We see Lelouch in his Zero outfit with C2, with the Code Geass logo, Bandai logo, and some Japanese stuff over here. Next, on the back of the box, we see some screenshots. We also see the Guru Nishiki and more Japanese stuff with a barcode, Nintendo DS. Opening the box, we have the instruction booklet over here and a Japanese invitation to the Mario Club or Nintendo Club or whatnot. On the front cover of the instruction booklet, we see Suzaku and the Lancelot. I really hate Suzaku, he's a bit irritating. More instructions, and of course a full page, 2 pages of bios of the characters, and the entire book is coloured, unlike the English version, which I suspect we have a 2-page instruction booklet that's only in black and white. And finally, we have more merchandising over here. Awesome. No idea what this is, but can't wait to find out. So let's just boot up the game. I'm not sure whether you can see this clearly, but this is the best position I can come up with when playing a DS game. So let's just play the game. At first off, we're treated to the Bandai Namco Bandai logo. We can just skip through all the logos with the A button, unlike some irritating English games that make you sit through everything. A preview of the story, and of course the Code Geass logo. You have a few options, but let's just click continue. And I have a special save file for this event, and I'll just click yes. And if you click yes, you actually get to meet the character. Ooh, it's Steed Hart. And if the character asks you a question, just press in any random things, because it will not affect the game in the slightest. So at the top screen we see a map, we also see the character stats. At the bottom screen we see the game screen. You can move the characters up, down, left, right, and you get to control different characters in different missions, and you get the chance to level up different characters in their nightmares in different missions, because you get to choose which characters you want before a mission. So press menu to go into the menu screen. So first off, we have the stats, where you see the stats of all the different characters and a very nice art. Next, we have items, where we have repair items, power-up items, and tune-up items. Repair items, we have items that will give you health during a battle and after a battle. Power-up, where you can actually power up a character's stats. And of course, tune-up, where we have where you can upgrade someone's nightmare frame with it. So let's just upgrade Tamaki's nightmare frame. As you can see, the stats and the text all increase, and you have 3 different nightmare frames to choose from. So let's just upgrade his nightmare frame into type Z. Click yes, and there we go. Next, we have chart, where we can see the different evolution trees for all the nightmares, and find out how to get each of the specific nightmares with each of the different power-ups. After that, we have wallpaper, where you can choose the touchscreen wallpaper. Any scene that you have come across before can become a wallpaper, and some of them haven't been unlocked yet. And next we have save, where we can save 2 different slots. That's fantastic. Finally, we have return to map. The items for this game are in Pizza Hut boxes, because Pizza Hut sponsors the anime, but I can't show that to you here because there are no items in the vicinity, so let's just go ahead to the battle. This is a boss battle between Zero and Jeremiah. You can skip through the dialogue with the Y button. It's an awesome feature for a Japanese game. And of course, here we are at the normal battle screen, which you will be seeing a lot of. We have attack, skill, item, and escape. Attack performs a normal attack. Skill performs a special skill, but you will require the use of mana, or in this case drive gauges, and each character can store up to 3 drive gauges as seen over here. The drive gauges are filled when you attack or defend. So let's just attack Jeremiah over here, and for Kellen, let's use her special attack. Now of course you can also use items, and not only that, you can use items on other people as well, and that's a very good thing to include in your strategy. Once more, over here on the top screen, not the top screen, but at the top of the bottom screen, we see this battle time sequence thingy. The characters on the right will attack first, followed by the ones on the left, so you can see where your attack will be placed before or after the enemy. Also, during the battle, when you press LR or start when the icon appears here, you will actually be using the mic feature of DS, and you can call out the character's name. And when you do that, your character will immediately perform an attack after the current character has finished with the attack. So I'm going to show you that, but let's just attack Jeremiah as well. 0. As you can see, it works very well. Cullen. And of course, using the might feature will also require the use of one drive gauge. And since this is a boss battle, all I had to do was to defeat Jeremiah, and I've won the battle. And yes, some scenes are actually voiceovers, which are fantastic. They are taken from the anime, of course, some of them. And here is the experience screen, where the experience of the battle is divided equally among all the characters. So this is not like the irritating Pokemon level up system, where only those characters that fight get the experience. And this is a fantastic way of leveling up weaker characters. And just now that was the touchscreen wallpaper that I've been talking about. Here it is again. Alrighty. So that was just our quick playthrough of the game through one of the story scenes. And that scene was from episode, if I'm not mistaken, episode 10, where Callan fought Jeremiah. So what are my impressions about this game? This game, being an anime game, is fantastic. It isn't just a dating sim. It is a fighting game that focuses on the nightmare battle aspect, and it actually gives you the feel of being in the anime, unlike some of the other games. So besides the fighting, we also have stories. You have missions, actually chapters, where you take control of Lelouch or one of the other school characters and go around walking, and then you follow the story of the anime. The main storyline, actually the whole game is made up of 3 storylines. The first time playthrough is the first storyline, where you play the exact same story as the anime, although shortened a little bit. The second and third playthrough storylines are completely different from the anime, in the sense that you get to do different things, like use Lelouch's Geass to get control of Cornelia and Suzaku and use their nightmare frames during battle. And that's another thing, where during the story you also get to use Lelouch Geass to do a lot of things to various characters. Like for example, instead of asking a soldier to kill himself by shooting him in the head, you can ask him to sleep, you can ask him to dance and sing. This game, albeit in Japanese, you don't really need to understand Japanese to figure out the game, because the choices you make don't really affect it in the first playthrough, but they do in the subsequent playthroughs. So I have an English version guide that is in my video description box right over that side. Yep, so overall this game is fantastic. Not only you have talking missions, fighting missions, you also have missions where you have to plant bombs, your missions where you have to beat the clock, although not many. So this has been Acta from Acta's Game Reviews. See you next time on the final installment of Code Geass series of reviews, where we'll be reviewing the Lancelot. Alright guys, see you in the next episode.